Sometimes God will bring our healing in His time. Yeah, we're gonna be just fine.
We are only a few weeks away from our big concert in International Falls. Stars Go Dim, Evan Eggerer, and Presence Music Band at Evangelical Covenant Church in International Falls on Thursday, February 12th. If you are still on the fence about getting your tickets to come to the show, listen up. Evan Eggerer is joining us from his home near Nashville, Tennessee, to give us a glimpse into his journey into music ministry and what we can expect at the concert. Hi, Evan. Thanks for taking time to join us today.
Hey, good morning. I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, I'm glad you were able to make some time for us, and we are excited about the time we're going to be spending with you in concert on February 12th, all the way up north in International Falls.
I've been around Minnesota, but not to International Falls, so I'm pretty psyched to come out.
Now, I know you've been to the Bridge City Music Festival in Virginia. That's not too far from here. That's in our listening area, so maybe some folks that saw you there will come on up to the concert next month.
All right. Yeah, very cool. It was a good time.
Good. Yeah, well, you get to see another season now, another end of the spectrum, I guess.
Yeah, the perfect time. January is where everyone goes to Minnesota.
Of course. Maybe we can get you out for some ice fishing or something.
Hey, there we go.
All right, so for those who don't know, tell us who is Evan Eggerer, and then we'll talk about your music.
Yeah, as a person, I'm a father and a Christian. I got two amazing kids and an incredible wife. And I've actually been married for 16 years now. We met like the first day of freshman year of college, and got married pretty soon. Well, not that soon after, but we got married senior year of college. And as a musician, I do kind of a Latin pop style. It's mostly in English, but it's got like kind of that Spanish seasoning, to it as well. So it's kind of got like the Latin rhythms that kind of drive a lot of it. That kind of vibe.
That high energy.
High energy. It's a good time, but it's all about praising God, So, yeah, when you come to a concert with me, it's, expect it to be a good time centered on Jesus. That's what it's all about.
Isn't that the perfect combination?
Right.
Do you find that you have a lot of young people coming out to your concerts, or what age group do you usually aim for?
Yeah, well, I don't aim for any age group, but it's been pretty big with Gen Z. So that's been actually really cool to see. Like youth groups and college groups really, really respond strongly. But I've also, one time I played a show in, just south of Jackson, Mississippi. So it's, South Mississippi. And it was this little Baptist church, and everybody in the crowd was over 50. and they were hands in pockets Baptist. I was like, oh man, they're gonna hate me, because I was opening for Rhett Walker. I was like, these people are gonna hate me.
Oh wow, you're like, and, do you know what you're getting?
Right? They got to their feet. They were into it. So this is not Gen Z loves it, but it's for everybody.
Well, like you said, you're praising the Lord, so we should all be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
That's exciting. And it's especially exciting to see young people getting excited about Jesus. So I think that's pretty cool. And I think it's a good challenge to those listening right now. Get your youth group together. Invite kids from your school, from your church, from your youth group, whatever that might be. Bring friends and come on out.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Evan, how did you get into music, or how long have you been a musician?
Well, as a musician, it's been kind of a lifelong thing, I knew I wanted to do music when I was 5 years old, and I was walking by a TV, and there was this show back in the 90s called The Wonder Years, and the theme song played, and it was A Little Help from My Friends by Joe Cocker, and I froze in my tracks, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing, and I was like, is no one else feeling it? So I knew I wanted to do music from a very, very, very young age. But when I started doing music, really doing music, it was a lot of support from my wife, honestly. She was the one who we moved out of Seattle to kind of a smaller town on the east side of Washington State, and she was the one who pulled money out of our savings and was like, "No, you're going to go record. You're going to go do this." She was the one who was like, "No, you're going to start booking shows," because she could see that I wanted to so badly, but I didn't believe in myself, and I wasn't willing to take the leap. And so she was such a huge driving force. She was the one who told me to quit my day job and go into music. I used to be an elementary school teacher, you know, and so she's followed God's calling in my life almost more than I have. You know, she's been so incredible. So yeah, and funny enough, we made the full-time leap into music in 2019 and moved to Nashville to pursue it January 2020, which was
great timing.
Beautiful timing, yeah. And it was, you know, God carried us through and taught me so much. And today I'm not grateful for the pandemic, but I'm grateful for what He did to my career through grinding everything to a halt. Because I was doing something completely different musically. I was doing what I was told I had to do to make it in Christian music, rather than what God made me to do. So I was pursuing actually like and I love this kind of music, but it was kind of more like a We the Kingdom kind of sound is what I was doing back in 2020, because I was told, like, hey, if you want to make it in radio, you got to sound like this. And so I was writing that music, I was playing that kind of music, I was doing pretty well, but it wasn't what God made me for, you know. And so it wasn't until late 2022 where I started being like, you know something, I'm going to start over and do the stupid thing that everyone is telling me there's no space for, but what God is telling me to do.
So what'd you learn from that?
I guess I would say I've learned that God works miracles outside your comfort zone. You can't do the safe route and expect to see God working, and that faith takes courage, and that often what the world says is the smart move isn't God's move for you. And I would also say I've learned that God is infinitely creative, and as such, He has made each one of us completely unique in our soul. And so the way to worship God best is to do something that is uniquely your calling. And I don't know what that is for everybody, but I know that mine was to do this sound and this thing. And I think that's the same for every musician out there, whether it fits neatly into what CCM currently is, but it's uniquely their take on it, or whether it's, you know, whether God's calling is for you to serve in the background somewhere. It doesn't have to be a big or small thing, but I know that God made each of us uniquely.
Well, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. I think He takes us through things so that we can turn around and testify to that, and hopefully help somebody else through their own situation. So,
absolutely.
Thank you. We're talking with Evan Eggerer, who will be in concert with Stars Go Dim and Presence Music Band on Thursday, February 12th in International Falls. Ticket information is at psalmfm.org. So what are you doing now? I see you have a song with Jackie Velasquez. A lot of people will remember her, and good to see you and her singing together. Tell us about that and what else you're doing.
Yeah, you know, that kind of came out, and like this is kind of more of just the testimony of like God. I ask God for things all the time, and He says no to things all the time. but He also one-ups what I would ever ask for all the time. And the Jackie Velasquez thing is something I would never have dreamed to ask because it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, bring Jackie Velasquez out of retirement to re-release a song with me. I would call it like a stupid thing to ask for, you know, by the world's standards. But that one came out of something I didn't ask for, because she heard the song and her kids were into it. And so, and my manager was like, hey, you know, if you wanted to, you could re-release it with us. And she was like, actually, I will. And it was just just so out of left field for me. And she's been so incredible to work with. She's such a great person. And just the way she's championed me has been really cool. So re-releasing that song was like a dream. I grew up with one of her albums on repeat in my house. So like it was just like never in a million years did I ever think that the journey would take me to re-releasing a song with her.
Right.
Yeah, it's bizarre to me. And as far as where the music, I mean, I actually haven't told anyone this yet. So first scoop through through PsalmFM. I'm actually heading out in 5 days to the Bahamas. I'm going to be performing for the first time live with Jackie Velasquez, Dale Praise, on the Caleb Cruise.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
It's gigantic. And again, not something I asked God for.
Mm-hmm.
One of those things where I was like, yeah, like that's not something within the realm of reason to ask for. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So God just kind of one-upped me again. And I guess that teaches me maybe I should be bolder in my asks, you know?
At the same time, I think what I'm hearing from you is you stopped really pursuing success as the world defines it, or as we as humans would define it, and just really pursuing his will. And
yeah.
He's opening these blessings to you that, like you said, you haven't even thought to ask for.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, I mean, even just writing Dale Praise, when I sat down in the room with my friend Cole to write that song, we literally had a conversation saying, like, look, it's becoming apparent that radio is not going to pick this sound up. Let's just write what we're supposed to write then. And funny enough, this is the song getting picked up by radio. You know? Yeah. It's just crazy. And it is. It's about just, did he tell you to do it? Then do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it seems silly. Do it.
And let him decide what to do with that then.
Yeah.
Well, it says that he can do above and beyond all that we can even ask. So that's really cool to see that in your life. And I hope we get to hear some of those stories when you're here in concert in February.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right. Well, we're excited. Anything that you would say to those who are sitting there listening going, do I want to come to this concert or don't I? What would you tell them?
I would say you absolutely do. In terms of like hearing something you maybe have never heard live, I think you're going to see a lot that's unexpected. And not to mention Stars Go Dim, Chris Cleveland's voice is just out of this world. Like I actually stop and sit in the room every time he sings Roses because I get shivers every time. So then that's not a compliment I give often. So come get the shivers from Stars Go Dim.
Very good. All right. Well, we will point everyone to psalmfm.org. Ticket information, all the details on the concert. Evan Eggerer with us, and he will be here for that concert. Stars Go Dim, Evan, and Presence Music Band all joining us at International Falls Evangelical Covenant Church on February the 12th. Evan, anything else you'd like to say as we finish up?
Yeah. I'm going to do a little plug. Follow me on social media. I'm the only Evan Eggerer in the world. I would love it. I'd love to connect with everyone out there when I come back as well. So please give me a follow. I'd love it.
Sounds good. Yep. And we'll go ahead and link that as well so they can find you easily. But thank you so much, Evan, for taking the time to talk with us. And we look forward to seeing you next month.
Same. Can't wait. See you soon.